Our next guest at the LBMA in Vienna is Phil Newman, Director for Metals Focus. Phil, thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, good to be here, Daniela.
Well, last time we had you on was back in June. You were quite bullish on gold back then, and we've seen gold have some strong momentum since we've last spoken. Phil, how do you see the metal set up now, and what's your sentiment now?
Well, you're right. I think back in June we were quite bullish, but if we're honest, we were probably quite bullish more for next year. And that was really expecting then that the Fed would increase rates in September, which clearly didn't happen.
Right, so what are you looking at now? You're still eyeing when this rate hike will finally take place. Is that what's weighing most on gold right now, would you say?
I would say from a price point of view, that's the big issue in the markets. And of course, it's a bit of a moving target. If you look at the sentiment in the market, it's very much shifted to rates being increased in 2016 now.
Okay. How about looking at the PGMs? We've seen platinum and palladium so much in the news post-Volkswagen scandal. Have your forecasts changed for the PGMs?
Well, I think that's something we're still working on, but from a price point of view, I think what's been quite interesting, how the moves, I think, have been overdone. So when the VW scandal broke, you had a sell platinum, buy palladium move. That was overdone. We've since seen, platinum rally to some extent, and we think that it should continue. I think longer term, we are still perhaps most constructive for palladium.
Okay, most constructive for palladium. Do you have a price range?
Well, I think you're going to see some decent strength coming through. I think price is now at around perhaps $700. So I think going forward you would see that rise considerably. And from a platinum point of view, I think the challenge is, if you look at the discount to gold, when will that end? And we think that could be still some time away.
Moving on to silver, we saw that silver also had a good run. We saw a silver coin shortage happen this summer. How will that play out for the metal?
Well, I think from a price point of view, I think it matters a little bit less. Retail investment demand is very important for the metal, but in volume terms, it's still quite modest in terms of overall silver demand. And what you really need is to have institutional demand come back into the market, and that will be key determinant to see prices move higher for silver.
So overall, would you say it's a healthy landscape for the PMs right now?
I would say from a price point of view, we should probably see a bit more weakness come back when the rate hike actually does happen. Once that's out of the way, that should really clear the decks for prices to start moving higher in a sort of a gradual way, more constructively for the longer term.
Phil, thanks so much for your thoughts today.
Pleasure.
And thank you for watching our continuous coverage here from the LBMA. We'll have more for you, so be sure to stay tuned to Kitco.com. Thanks for watching.